Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another reaction video. Today I'm going to start a new series. I just finished up my reactions to the first season of Rome, HBO's Rome. Don't worry, I'm going to continue with season 2. I've got them prepped and ready and everything to go. But yeah, I always like to mix it up a little bit, do something in between seasons. So, you know, for the past 2 weeks, I've been running 2 videos on my channel where I visited 2 cemeteries, one on the Somme battlefield of World War I, and the other one a little bit further up north in Fromelles. Those are 2 really interesting cemeteries. I went on a week-long trip to the Somme for the 110th anniversary. So, yeah, I'm really in the World War I mood right now, which I always am basically, because it's one of my favorite subjects in the history world. So I thought, yeah, why not do a TV show that's based around World War I? There aren't a whole lot of them out there, but this one was recommended to me by someone. He said, well, you have to check out Our World War, which we are going to watch today. It's a really good series. It's only 3 episodes. So we're going to do the 3 episodes and then we're going to start with Rome again. But yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it's about World War I. What I do know is that it's 3 separate episodes. It's not one continuing story. Every episode focuses on a different time, different battle of the World War I, different people. That's all I know. I don't know who, what, or where. I'm hoping maybe the Somme is included in one of the episodes. It's of course a very important battle of World War I. It's a British show, so, you know, makes sense to me that they do the Somme. But yeah, I have to wait and see. I really don't know. I don't know who's in it, actor-wise. I don't know how it looks, if it's any good or not. You know, like I said, somebody said to me, you have to watch this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. So yeah, not a whole long intro because, yeah, like I said, don't know anything about the show except from the fact that it plays out in World War I. And that yeah, there are 3 different episodes that are not connected. And so yeah, I'm really eager to dive in, very eager to see what it's about and what we're going to see. If it's something that I know some stuff about. You know, I know quite a lot about World War I. I got tons of books here about World War I, especially the Somme. I read a lot of books about that. Visited the Somme on various occasions. I've been to Ypres. I've been to Loos, to the Battle of Loos battlefield. I've been to Verdun. So yeah, I've been all over the place. So yeah, maybe I know some stuff about it, maybe I don't, and then I'm just gonna let myself be surprised. And so yeah, I think enough talking for now. I think we're just gonna have to dive in. So this is the first episode of Our World War, and yeah, let's check it out. Let's go. Okay, so first day, Royal Fusiliers. Is perhaps Mons? August 21st, 1914. So yeah, this is definitely Mons, which is also an area that I've been to. Been to the cemetery there, which is a really interesting cemetery. I made a video there, so I'll put the link in the description. That video was really good. Really interesting spot of the First World War.
Godly, keep that up. I'm going to have to assume you're an enemy spy, actively announcing our presence to any Germans in the area. Sorry, Chef.
Yeah. It might not be the best plan to start whistling and everything.
On the safe side.
I'll stop whistling.
Would you?
I thought you couldn't wait to meet the Germans.
Oh man, that's the guy from SCS Rogue Heroes. Plays Red She Kings. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, it's a British BBC television show, so a lot of British actors in, of course, so that's pretty cool to see.
Bugger me.
One of you boys go back and get the horses. Odell.
Quiet!
I think I know him as well. Wasn't he in Game of Thrones? Or House of the Dragon? One of them.
Step forward and be identified.
Nobody's responding. Holy crap. The Germans? Okay, that's cool. How they do that? See the bullet being loaded?
On me.
And even how it flies through the air, it shoots out the lamp. Oh crap. Got some stunning visuals. Oh man, civilians. Shit. You almost shot them, man.
Roger, Evans, Carney, George. Let's get these people on their way.
Merci.
So, once again, to go back to the beginning, if this is the Royal Fusiliers and this is Mons, I think we have a pretty good chance that it's about Maurice Dease, Lieutenant Maurice Dease.
The 4th Battalion, the Royal Fusiliers, has just fired the very first British bullet of this entire bloody war.
That's quite something, mate.
He was, the first Victoria Cross recipient of the war at the Nimi Bridge. So, hoping we get to see that, because that's a spot that I also went to, which you can see in my video in the description. Some modern day music. Got some SCS Rogue Heroes vibes. Yeah, that's the canal. And all the bridges. Yeah, so far I'm really liking it. You know, it's got some cool visuals. Also with the maps and everything, the map animations. And yeah, you can see that they're telling the story of the men, but it's also showing what happened during the war.
Patrol. Lieutenant Dease liberated an orchard from...
I think he said Sid, right? So that must be Godfrey. There was another guy that earned the Victoria Cross at Nimi Bridge. Is that him? Like I said, Nimi Bridge. Another cool visual from above. Yeah. I don't know how much the landscape has changed since then, but if you check out my video that I shot at that place, the canal is way wider than that.
Remind me again why we let you in our army.
Also, yeah, one thing you need to consider is that these were not volunteer soldiers. You know, later in the war, we have the Kitchener volunteer battalions with all the Pals battalions and everything, and but these were the regular soldiers. These were soldiers that were in for the long haul. Basically, they enlisted and stayed in until they were done or until they retired. So these were not your everyday folk that volunteered to go fight in the war. This was the regular army back in those days. Sometimes they were called the Old Contemptibles. Kind of like a nickname they assumed for themselves. Lots of Boer War veterans as well, the older guys.
Sir, what do we do if the Germans show?
Shoot him.
I think the guy on the right is a lieutenant, so maybe that's Maurice Dease. Been to his grave. I saw also in the video that I talked about.
So, maths is so. I've got 18 bridges stretched across 20 miles of canal.
And you've been ordered to demolish exactly none of them.
You got a big mouth against an officer.
Isn't there a roadblock you should be putting up somewhere?
By all means, smoke near the explosives. In your case, I actively encourage it. Just wait for me to leave first, all right?
He doesn't like him. He's got like I said, he's got the mouth of him against an officer.
You see, that's the problem with young men like you, Neary. You've never fought a war before and you forget there's another army fighting this one as well. We won't always have things our own way. And if we end up having to defend a town surrounded by bridges...
So, this indicates that he has fought a war. So, he's probably a Boer War veteran. Setting up the machine gun positions.
Careful, boys. The entire bloody war effort's relying on that thing. Till it overheats and breaks down.
Hey, he's laughing now, but it's going to stop a lot of Germans.
I'm sure Godley can do with a practice.
Yeah, all right.
So it is godly. And it's pretty cool, you know. I know what's going to happen now, basically. I've read a lot about this battle at Nimby Bridge for the preparation of my video. And all the graves I visited at Symphorien. This is where Maurice Dease is buried. Godfrey survives the war. He becomes a prisoner of war. But yeah, he survives. But he also gets the Victoria Cross. So yeah, I think we're in for some really cool action.
Machine gun fires 600 rounds a minute. 36,000 rounds an hour. It's got a range of 4,500 yards. You change the barrel on this thing once an hour, you can fire indefinitely.
You bloody have to. Word round, rapid, fire!
Yeah, of course they hit him. Yeah, machine guns were a bit new back in those days, so I think you just have to get used to them.
How's about you? Try having a go on that bloody thing.
It's a Royal Fusiliers, mate. We hit the target in this battalion.
Oh shit! Just headbutted him. Gotta save your energy for the Germans, man, because they are coming. Pretty cool, these aerial shots. So probably when the Germans come, they're gonna use them as well. You can see the Germans are approaching the bridge.
Speak English? English? Keep him down, boys. Keep him down.
Oh, they got a German. Probably a scout.
See if he floats. Help him up. Sir, help him up for Christ's sake.
That's hostility already. They never even fought these guys. So I think they were more chivalrous back then.
First week of the war and you take one in the leg. That's luck for you.
Bloody hell, was that a German, sir?
Yeah. It's a wound where you can get sent home. But yeah, after you recover, you have to go back. So
I wish you luck, Lieutenant Dease.
yeah, it's gonna need it.
I believe in God. Because you are not ready for what's coming here.
True. A lot of Germans coming. Yeah, they were basically overrun at the canal. They put up a really good fight, but yeah, they had to draw back eventually. You know, Mons was basically a disaster for the British. It was the first major battle, but turned out to a disaster. Yeah, I really like this, man. There's some sort of map animations, give this a little bit of a documentary style. Docudrama. I know what's going to happen, but still, it's pretty exciting. So you can see that it's well made.
What did the crowd say, sir?
You said if we hand you over, they'll call off the war.
That's pretty funny.
Cut exact lengths of electric cable.
Any air bubbles in the clay?
No.
Gun caught and dry?
Yes.
So exact lengths of electric cable.
Attach the cable to the electric detonators in the clay at one end and to the exploder on the other. Push down on the...
Sounds good to me. Yeah, these guys know what they were doing. You know, they were Royal Engineers. They were in charge of blowing bridges, building bridges. Later in the war, they were ducking the trenches, making the trench maps.
What I have to say to my wife has no business in the pocket of your tunic.
No, of course.
Never thought about it that way. You say some really private, intimate stuff. Then you die, and the guy reads the letter. Probably most of them won't do that, but still.
Bloody hell, Sid.
Yeah, dangerous, man. You wind up getting shot if you pull pranks like that. I think this is the day that it's going to happen. We did write a letter to his wife. Maybe he didn't say what he wanted to say. Kept it PG.
The fuck is this?
It's a croissant, man. Which is really nice.
Not bad, that.
Especially with some butter and some jam.
War is hell.
Well, it will be. Everything might be peaceful now, but shit is gonna hit the fence, man. Pretty quick.
Yeah. I think you better head.
Yeah, otherwise he'll shoot you. Got it. You have to be careful though. There might be more out there.
Right, listen. You take your sister.
More shots being fired, so I think they're ready to do some more.
You see Lieutenant Dease?
Pretty tense how they shoot it and the music and everything. You can feel the threat is coming, yeah? Even though I know what's going to happen because I've been to the spot and I've read a lot about it. It's still pretty exciting, so yeah, really well made. Holy crap. They're just marching towards the bridge. They're not even taking cover or anything. Holy shit, man. They just mowed them all down. Nobody's taking cover.
Come on! They just marched right into it.
That's what I said. Crazy.
Thorburn, go and tell the Colonel we've engaged the enemy. Everything is under control.
Yes, sir.
Looks like the Germans were a little bit surprised that they were there. Maybe caught off guard a bit. But yeah, as soon as the bullets start flying, man, hit the deck, take cover behind a tree or something.
I want a big pile of spent cartridges this side and a big pile of dead Germans on that side.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, you already got quite a few of them. Holy crap, man. Yeah, that's what the machine gun does for you. The rate of fire is so quick compared to the rifles. You know, they may be more accurate, you know, but you have to reload them, and so yeah, machine gun definitely changed the war also. And even later in the war, people were mowed down by it. You know, on the Somme as well. We talked about it in the intro. Lots of casualties because of them. The Germans also had machine guns, so these guys, things wreaked havoc all over the place.
On the tree line!
Got on!
Come there!
Oh, here we go again. Next batch of Germans. Yeah, that's what I mean, you know, a couple of shots off with the rifles and then they have to reload. And the machine gun just keeps going. I think they said it earlier during the episode as well, you have to change the barrel at some point because it gets too hot. It's water cooled, so you have to get water all the time as well. There were some restrictions and limitations on the thing, but yeah, over the long haul, it helped them massively. This guy just keeps running around with a camera on his back and on his chest.
We'll bottleneck them onto the bridge. Let them run into your gun.
Yeah, we got about a bullet for each of them.
It's pretty smart. You have to funnel them into the bridge. That's and into the path of the machine guns.
Fix that jam! Get that gun working! Get it working!
like that shot as well. It really shows how hectic the battle was. So Dease running back and forth. That's exactly what he did during the actual battle. That's why he was earned the VC. He was shot numerous times, I think around 4 or 5 times. And he just kept running back, getting ammunition for people. You know, gunners were being killed, and he took over.
That we may need support.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna need support.
Is this bridge ready to...
Yeah, they're way too late, man, with blowing these bridges. They should have done that way earlier. And then you have to force. Then you force the Germans to that one bridge. Then you have a chance, because it's a pretty small, narrow bridge, and when you can funnel them into the path of your machine guns, you got a chance. But if you got multiple bridges that they're gonna cross, they, you know, if they take one of the other bridges, they circle around behind the other guys at Nimi Bridge, get outflanked, they're surrounded. It's gonna be a problem. But I think they said it. They established it in the beginning of the episode. You know, they didn't know what was coming. They weren't ready. So I guess they didn't think about that, taking out all the other bridges. Because I think in their minds, they wanted to keep them intact. Because they wanted to you know, engage the Germans, push them out of Belgium. So then you're going to need all those bridges. Oh, there he goes again. I think he was shot in the leg.
Come on! Come on! Come on, Jim!
Keep firing, man. Machine guns are way too important.
Dominic! Your responsibility is to this gun. Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
Come on!
He's got to step up. One of the reasons that he also gets a Victoria Cross. This guy is taking the position of runner very literal. Just keeps running back and forth.
You can pretty that up for them if you want. But get us more men!
There he goes again.
I'm going to wait right here for you, son. You get that exploder back for me. Bring it home.
Yes, sir.
Keep going, man. Blow this bridge. Guy in the boat is a sitting duck as well. So. There he goes again. Man, you have to be in shape to be a runner. Holy crap. Damn, shot in the neck.
Hold the bridge, sir! Try and hold the bridge, that's what it said!
Go and find out where our heavy guns are and why they're not blowing the fuck out of the enemy.
Yeah, that's what they need right now. They need some artillery, mortars. They have to push these guys back. You know, they're not going to hold. You know, we know that they're not going to hold from the history books, of course, but yeah, they were grossly underprepared for this battle. Yeah, I take that bike, man, instead of running back and forth. It's way easier and faster on the bike, so why not? Already? Holy crap. They already need to withdraw. Okay, good to see you took my advice. You actually listened to me.
The tactical withdrawal.
We're not going.
Not yet. If they are withdrawing, that makes us the last men. We hold this bridge long enough for the rest of the army to get out of Mons.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a self-sacrifice, but it's the right thing to do. Because if these guys fall back, then the Germans cross the bridges and they overrun Mons. And you know, by holding the bridges as long as possible, you give the entire army a chance to fall back. Shot again. Yeah, like I said, he was shot like 4 or 5 times in his chest, in his arm, in his legs.
Keep up.
Reinforcements will be on their way. Just keep fighting.
Yes, sir.
They won't. Oh, yeah, imagine, you know, he's like shot 3 times now. Just keep going. It's crazy.
Got this. No!
Sir!
Yeah, he's not coming back from that one.
Fuck up!
Oh man, he's still alive. I thought he was dead already. Like I said, I read a lot about Maurice Dease and everything that happened at Nimi Bridge. In preparation for my video there at Symphorien Cemetery where he's buried, but always you can read about it, but when you see it played out on a screen like this, you know, it hits extra hard. You know, when you read a book, it's just words on a page, and you get your imagination going and everything. But yeah, this is so when it's visual like this, it hits hard.
You did a bloody good job, Lieutenant. Nothing else you could have done. Hold on, mate.
Bloody awful, man. Such a young life snuffed out over a bridge.
I can't do that without machine gun cover here.
I can do it, sir. You take the men away.
You know what I'm asking you.
Yeah, he knows. And he stays. That's why he earns a Victoria Cross. I think he gets shot as well at some point. And yeah, he holds out as long as possible. And then he takes the machine gun apart and throws the pieces into the canal. So then it doesn't fall in enemy hands. Then he gets taken prisoner. This is the beginning of the war, so he's going to be in a prison camp for like 4 years. So, and also believe that his family thought he was killed. But then in 1918 or 1919, when he was released, he went back home.
Back! Fall back! What about Sensor? No, sir! We can't leave him!
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be all on there. Also, if you go to the real location now, Nimi Bridge, it's a different bridge. Like I said, it's a train bridge now. And what they show in this episode is that the machine guns are right by the water. But some of them were right up on the embankment as well. You can walk up the embankment now. If you stand under the bridge, you have like a memorial there, a plaque for the Royal Fusiliers. If you go around to the right side, walk up the embankment a little bit, that's the actual position where one of the machine guns was. You don't get the sense from this because it's a really low bridge. But yeah, there was a little bit of an embankment and the bridge was raised up. Yeah, that's what I said. He's going to take it apart now and throw it in the canal. I think he chucks the whole thing in now, but I think back in real life he took out the barrel and everything and then he threw it in. Yeah, true. Only 8 hours. Didn't take a whole lot of time.
Sid's not going to make it back either. Is he?
No.
So, as far as they're concerned, he's probably dead. They didn't know. It's not like it was known that he was in a prison camp or something. At some point they were allowed to exchange letters, I think, at some point, but a lot of camps, a lot of prisoners, they weren't able to. So their family thought they were dead. Their fellow comrades thought they were dead.
They'll remember the 4 Fusiliers. And Mons.
They'll remember we retreated. They had too many guns for us.
What we remember is that he fought bravely. That's what we remember about those guys. That's why we go to places like Symphorien Cemetery, where Dease is buried, and talk about him. That's the main reason I do videos like that, to remember these guys, what they did. Yep, professional soldiers is what I said. Later the Kitchener battalions came, the volunteers, the Pals battalions. Yep, sure did. I haven't read about him, so it's pretty cool. I think I read something about Fred Steele. Yeah. Crazy. Gets shot in the head, survives, and then spends 4 years in a prison camp. Is that his citation? Or? This is cool. Yeah, I've been there as well in the Tower of London. The original citation written by Steele. I actually saw that when I was there. Crazy, right? A lot of people go to the Tower of London because of the history that's at the tower, but you have the Royal Fusiliers Museum inside. So you can go there and see what happened at Nimy Bridge.
To remain and hold the position, which I did do, although I was very badly wounded several times.
This is awesome as well, to hear the actual Godfrey speak.
Within the canal, and then crawled back onto the main road, where I was picked up and taken to hospital.
So, that was the first episode of Our World War, and gotta say, I was basically blown away by it, how good it was. Really well made. I was pleasantly surprised. I said so in the beginning, during the intro, that I had no idea what the show was about. I know it is about World War One. 3 separate episodes, telling 3 different stories, but I had no idea what the stories were. So I was pleasantly surprised that it was about Mons, the defense of Mons, and the battle that happened at Nimy Bridge. Like I said during the reaction, I actually went to that spot. Not last year, but I think the year before that. Did a video at Symphorien Cemetery. That's where Maurice Dease is buried. You can go to his grave. There's a Victoria Cross on his headstone. I made a whole video about that cemetery. It's a really interesting cemetery. There are Germans and British soldiers buried on that same cemetery. Normally you have like one British cemetery and a separate German cemetery, but in that cemetery there are both Germans and I said British, and not only British, there are also Canadians buried there. So Commonwealth soldiers and Germans buried together in the same cemetery. That's really interesting. Yes, like the guy who was like the first casualty of World War One, believed to be, we have to say, because there's a lot of debate about it. The last Commonwealth soldier to be killed during the war. So a lot of history there. Check out the video. It's in. I put the link in the description. It's really interesting. Also, after seeing the show, of course, to see Maurice Dease's grave. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I also went to Nimy Bridge. You can still go there. The actual site that it happened. Like I said, the bridge is totally different now. It's a railway bridge, but underneath the bridge there's a plaque commemorating the soldiers and the battle that happened there. I don't know really how wide the canal was. If you go there now, it's way wider than we see on the show. Maybe they expanded it, they made it bigger. I don't know, because ships get bigger. they are bigger nowadays than were back then. So maybe they extended it, they widened it. I don't know about that, but you know, it's pretty. If you're a fan of this episode, you definitely, you have to go to that site. To stand on this location where it actually happened is crazy. And so yeah, let's go back to the episode. I think it's really well made. Like I said, get some sort of docudrama vibes from it with the map animations, everything. Also, the ending was pretty cool to see the actual citation that Fred Steele wrote, and to see it in the Royal Fusiliers Museum in the Tower of London, which is a crazy place. Like I said, also in the erection, you go to that spot because of the Tower of London. You go to the White Tower, you visit it, you see a lot of stuff from Henry VIII and stuff like that. But tucked away inside the Tower grounds is the Royal Fusiliers Museum, with not only about World War One. You get there's stuff on display from World War Two, I think, from Afghanistan. A lot of history there. I think there are a lot of medals there. I can't really remember if Maurice Dease's medals are on display there. Could very well be. I don't know. I have to look that up. But if you're a fan of this show as well, of this episode, and if you're interested in World War One, if you go to the Tower of London, pop into the museum. It's really interesting. Whenever I'm in the Tower of London, I always go in. There's not a whole lot of people that go in. Like I said, most of them come from for the castle, of course, and for the crown jewels. But the Royal Fusiliers Museum, put it on your list. Go in, see all stuff that the regiment did during all the various wars that they were involved in. So yeah, circling back to the episode once again, like I said, really well made. One thing that struck me that how tense it was. It was really, basically I was on the tip of my seat. I know this entire story because I researched it a lot for the video that I made. So I knew exactly what was going to happen. I know what's going to happen to Maurice Dease. I know what's going to happen to Godfrey. I know what happened to Steele. After this battle, I know a lot about the other guys that were involved in that battle as well, but I still was glued to the screen. And that's how you can tell that's a really well-made show, a really well-made episode. The directing was really nice. The camera shot, the angles, the action was really good. There was some humor back and forth between the soldiers as well. Yeah, nothing but praises from me. This is a really well-made show. Really dig it, really cool. I'm glad to have finally watched it. It was on my watch list for like forever, because my watch list is like this. A lot of stuff that I want to watch. I didn't have the time back in the day. Now I do. I have this channel, so I'm really catching up, trying to watch as much stuff as possible. Even the Rome reactions that I did before did. Always people telling me, "Hey man, you haven't watched Rome. You have to watch it." So this YouTube channel has finally given me the opportunity to watch all that. And this was on it as well. And my interest in World War One is very big. It's one of the topics that I read the most about, also with the channel, which I do the most with. Whenever I go to cemeteries, most of the cemetery videos I have on my channel are World War One cemeteries, like Tynecourt, Symphorien, that I was talked about. The new one dropped a couple of weeks ago of Sarah number 2. I have a lot of World War One stuff in my collection as well. I used to have a lot of World War Two stuff, but I sold everything and I totally went full in on the World War One stuff. So yeah, it really has my attention. I read a lot of books about it as well. So to finally put a check behind this TV show, on the first episode, of course, but yeah, really cool that I finally did it, and also pretty cool that I get to share it with you guys and everything. And maybe to fill in a little bit more about the actual history. I didn't have to talk a whole lot. I didn't have to say a whole lot. Oh, this was different, because the way they captured it, they really nailed it. It was really well done. The actual history was what we saw on the TV screen. They didn't diverge a whole lot from what actually happened, and they didn't have to add drama or anything. So because this battle was really intense and a lot of stuff happened, and a lot of people were killed. So the fact that they didn't need to ramp up the tension or make stuff up shows that it was a really intense battle, and that a lot of stuff happened. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, and I can't wait to dive into episode number 2. Also to find out, of course, what it is about. World War One lasted for 4 years. It's a British show, so we get a lot of British involvement. That's also where my main area of expertise is and my main interest. I read a lot of books, also from the German side, but also from the British side. That's my main focus. I'm seriously lacking in the American involvement of World War One. I've read about it. I've been to Verdun, but I haven't been to like the Musagon sector where they that they operated in. So I need to catch up on that, which will happen at some point. But there's so much stuff to read just about the British alone. If you take like the Battle of the Somme that I talked about earlier, that's one of the main interests that I have, the Battle of the Somme. You can talk, read, make videos about it for years and years and years, and not even scratch the surface of what happened there. If you zoom in on the personal stories and everything, so at some point I will dive into the American side, also the French side. I'm even lacking further in that department, the French involvement in World War One. So if you're for France, sorry, but yeah, there's only 24 hours in a day, and I can't be reading books like the whole day. I have to do this as well, and I have stuff here going on at home as well. So yeah, I have to pick and choose what I read, and at this point, it's the British involvement in World War One. So yeah, at some point I will definitely circle back to the Americans and to the French, and also read more about the Germans as well. But yeah, so really cool episode. Like always, if you're new to the channel, maybe you found this reaction video just stumbling along, I always ask people to just drop their remarks in the comment section. I always like to engage with people in the comment section, talk about what happened on this episode, talk about the real battle, but also tell me what you thought about the episode. Tell me what about the events that we saw, and I always like to engage. I try to make a point of it to react to all your remarks as much as possible. Maybe sometimes some slip through the cracks and everything, but yeah, I make it a point to react to everything, and I really like to discuss everything. Also, if you know some stuff that I missed, or maybe stuff that I got wrong, you can always correct me. You can always educate me. This YouTube channel is about maybe educating some people, telling them stuff that they didn't know, but I also like to get educated myself. I'm not all-knowing. I'm not an expert on anything. I know a lot on a different subjects, but I know everything about a certain subject. So I always welcome the chance to be educated as well. So yeah, drop everything all your thoughts in the comments about the show, about this episode, about the actual battle at Nimi Bridge, about Mons, about the British Army. It doesn't matter. Drop it in the comments and we can talk about it. So yeah, also if you haven't done so already, maybe subscribe to the channel. That will really help out the channel a lot. The bigger the channel is, the more opportunities I get to make content and actually go to the actual spots where it all happened. So yeah, do that. If you haven't done so before, do it all down here. Subscribe, like, share, everything. And if you're just here to watch this episode along with me, also it's highly appreciated, of course. And yeah, I do hope you join me again on episode number 2 of Our World War. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up for now, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.